My fiancé said I was too successful to be his wife. So I let him find someone else. When I met my fiancé, neither of us had much. We were both at the beginning of our careers, working long hours and dreaming about the future we'd build together. We used to joke that one day we'd look back at those difficult years from the porch of our dream home. Back then, it didn't matter who earned more. We were a team. A few years later, my hard work finally started paying off. I was offered a promotion I'd been working toward for almost 3 years. It came with a much higher salary, better benefits, and opportunities one never thought I'd have. I was thrilled, not because of the money itself, but because I thought it meant we could finally stop stressing about bills and start planning our future together. Instead, something changed. At first, it was little comments. Whenever someone congratulated me, he'd laugh and say, "I guess she's the man of the relationship now." Everyone else laughed. So did I. But after hearing the same joke over and over again, I started realizing it wasn't really a joke. If I offered to pay for dinner, he'd refuse. If I bought us something nice, he'd act uncomfortable. Whenever my job came up in conversation, he'd quickly change the subject. I kept telling myself he just needed time to adjust. Then one evening, while we were sitting at the kitchen table planning our wedding budget, he suddenly looked at me and said, "Can I be honest with you?" I smiled and said, "Of course." He took a deep breath before saying, "I don't think you're wife material anymore." For a second, I honestly thought he was joking. Then I looked at his face. He was completely serious. He told me that every time people found out I earned more than him, he felt embarrassed. He said a husband should be the provider and that our relationship no longer felt normal. Then he asked me something I'll never forget. "Have you ever thought about taking a lower-paying job? Maybe things would feel more balanced." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I quietly took off my engagement ring and placed it on the table. He looked at me and asked, "What are you doing?" I smiled and said, "I'm not the wife you're looking for." Then I walked away. A year later, I heard he'd married someone who quit her job after the wedding. As for me, I kept building my career and found someone who celebrated my success instead of competing with it. Looking back, I didn't lose the love of my life. I walked away from the wrong one.